Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Nothing Phone 1, and this is going to be the revisit. Is this phone something that is going to be a bang for your buck even now after 4 or 5 months of its release? Or is it something that you can skip to buy something like maybe the Pixel 7? So let's talk about it. So the Nothing Phone 1 was announced in March of 2022 and delivered mid-July 2022. There were lots of delays with this device because this was the first ever phone from the Nothing Tech, and they were struggling because the amount of pre-orders that they got with all the hype around this product and all the marketing that Nothing had done was immense. Hence, they sent out emails to majority of the people saying that they will not be able to deliver on time, and the delivery date was pushed to something else. I got the email as well, and my delivery was supposed to be before late July, but it ended up being very late in July. It's very understandable. They're a new company trying to deliver their first ever smartphones. And now that I have the phone with me for 4 months or so, using it on and off, I've been pretty happy with it. It's not a bad phone. It is a mid-range phone. I think the chip used in this phone is Snapdragon 778G Plus or something. I'm going to leave the name in the screen. It has been pretty good. As you saw, there was this Glyph light notification, which is again the gimmick of this phone, because to turn this on, you need to turn on the camera, and then on the flash, which is on the top here, you have to click on it. If I can't do it right here. Okay, Glyph light is now turned on, and if I turn it back, that's the gimmick. And the reason I call it gimmick and many other people call it a gimmick is because to be able to see the Glyph light, you need to either rock your phone caseless or need to have a transparent case, something like this. Which, if you have the transparent case, then maybe it might be visible to other people. But even then, you need to remember to keep your phone face down on a table or something so that the Glyph light can be seen when notification or calls come. If you're out and about with people, keeping your phone face down like this, they might be able to see it. But not everyone puts their phone like that. Majority of the people, at least myself, keep the phone like this, face up, which means the Glyph light is not going to be visible. Hence, people call it a gimmick. Very understandable. Still, it is a uniqueness that this phone has. The other uniqueness that I feel like this phone has is this dot notification, which other Android phones can do as well with software updates, but Nothing introduced this and it's all over the UI. It's pretty amazing. I really dig it. The one downside that Nothing has is in the camera department, but do note that this is a budget phone. So the camera that Nothing has is okay, I would say. It's a 50 megapixel primary camera, and it takes decent photos under good lighting conditions. Yes, it cannot go neck and neck with the iPhone 14 Pro, Google Pixel 7, or even the Fold 4, but this is a mid-range phone, so it is going to have to cut costs somewhere to be able to deliver the price. This phone with the 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage cost me 899 Australian dollars, and Google Pixel 7 with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage cost me 1,129 Australian dollars. And the Google Pixel 7, yes, it does take amazing photos. It also has the second gen of the Tensor chip, and the processing that it does on photos, it's mind-boggling. So it is pretty amazing, and this device can go neck and neck with the likes of iPhone 14 Pro or the Fold 4. But is it really going to be worth it spending that extra money? Because 1,129 versus 899. It's pretty obvious because in my experience, any photos that I've taken, I do alter its color in Adobe Lightroom because I want to tweak it to my liking, my preference. And I do that with every photo that I take from a mobile device, even DSLRs. But photos I've taken with this, I've always edited colors to my liking and it has always turned out good. Usually when I take photos, I take it during the daytime. It's not very common for me to take photos in no light or less light conditions because mobile phones, yeah, they're getting better. They're advancing, but it's not supposed to be taking photos in a completely dark environment. It's not going to look that good as well. Yes, if you compare it side by side, then one is obviously going to be better than the other, but you're not going to go wrong if you pick the Nothing Phone 1 and you start taking photos with this. It's not going to be like, oh, this is horrendous, this is very bad. It's not going to be like that. It's going to take decent photos. You're going to be happy with it. That has been my experience using Pixel 7 and Nothing Phone side by side. And when I'm talking about using it side by side, these phones, 120 hertz, 90 hertz, but you don't notice it that much unless you really try to focus it. Then maybe you might be able to see that. But me, I can't notice that stuff. So smoothness, both of them, they're amazing. I've not had problems with either of them. If you're really out in the market and deciding between these two phones and you would like to have amazing camera, add a few extra dollars, get the Pixel 7. But if I were you, I would always go for the Nothing Phone 1 just because I would save money. I'm getting the 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs in the $899, and that's something I wouldn't get here. The camera is decent, as I've said. The battery life is amazing because I've been using my personal profile and my work profile in this phone. I get a lot of work communications via email and Slack, and also my personal profile gets all the emails, social medias, messages, etc. And it has been lasting the entire day without any problems, without any issues. And I've been ending the day with 5 to 10% battery life, which is pretty okay because every night before I go to bed, I put it in my wireless dock and it charges and I wake up with a 100% battery and then the day starts again. I have not been able to kill it in a day and I use it a lot. A majority of my work on the go, I do it from my phone, and it has been able to keep up with all the emails that I'm receiving and sending, all the messages that I'm receiving and sending. It has been able to keep up with all of that, and also watching Netflix, YouTube, stuff like that, which is also on a daily basis. It is able to keep up with that and end the day with 5 to 10% still remaining, which is amazing for a phone at this price point. Yes, there are phones at a price point even cheaper that can outlast this. Because they're Android, they're pretty similar in terms of the software and everything. You might get software updates much more quicker on the Pixel 7 being a Google phone, but you're not going to be way too far off behind on the Nothing Phone 1. Yes, Nothing is a bit odd when sending software updates because depending on the country, you might get it a bit late to someone else in maybe America or something like that. It's something different, something new. So you're not gonna hate it if you really love Android. If you're out in the market, you should really think about getting the Nothing Phone 1, giving this a shot, because based on my experience, that is what I would do. Everyone else who's had the Nothing Phone 1 has had amazing experience. Yes, bugs are experienced, but that might not be the case for you because majority of the bugs that people have mentioned in the Reddit community, I have not experienced all of them. Some yes, some no. It's a really amazing phone. I wouldn't say in terms of durability because it is glass and glass breaks, so I wouldn't say it's gonna be good in terms of drops without a case. So do get a case if you are getting a phone. Do get a screen protector as well so that you're protecting the front of the display. When you get the phone, even without a screen protector, it comes with a thin layer of screen protector applied. It is not the best, but at least there is something. But if you don't get a case, you're basically going to have to rock it caseless, and there is a chance it could drop, it could break, and who knows when you send it for repair when it would come back, because it's their first ever phone and they already might have a huge backlog. Who knows? I've seen tweets directed at Carl Pei and Nothing support from people in India. They've dropped it at the repair center and they haven't received their phone in weeks and weeks and weeks. So you might not be that person. You might get it on time, or who knows. So I would say do put a case on it, because if this is your only phone and your primary phone, if you have to leave this for repair and you don't get it in time, I can understand the pain that you will be feeling. You're not going to go wrong with the Nothing Phone 1. It's an amazing device, including the gimmick. So I like it, and I would 100% recommend it to people who are looking for an Android device, clean stock Android experience. This is not going to be a wrong choice that you're going to make. So I'll leave it there for now. Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.